Hey, episode 9 of Club Talk. How about that? How about made it to 9 fucking episodes? I'm Creed, sexy motherfucker Recon, joined by who's this sitting next to me right here? This guy wearing a retarded ass green cap. Who's this?
Your boy, Day Savage.
Ah, right. Who we got over here in the whoa? Your name switched. But yeah.
Yo, you got the president of Road Rockers MC. What's up, guys?
It's Wolf, right there.
Yep.
And
The Secretary of Road Rockers.
Mr. Cobra. Mr. Cobra Secretary. We're joined again by who we had on last episode, our special needs founder, Striker MC Prez.
Special. That's a good title right there, man. I like that.
So the strike started on, so he's the rest started striking
What's
that? Wait, what's that? What's that?
Say it again. Strike?
I said I'm Sergeant Arms. So
You the
Striker
sergeant.
MC Prez.
But
You
your PSN says Striker MC Prez though.
So confused right now.
Now
Are
Strike.
you sure you're not the prez? You didn't get a concussion?
It says Striker
Now
MC Prez
that can't
right
be
here
right,
in the
Strike,
player.
because only a fucking
player.
retard would call himself
what
that
it
and not
was?
actually be the rank, right?
You
Only
know what it was?
only
He
someone
thought-
who was mentally fucking challenged would put their name like that, right? That can't
He
be
thought he
correct.
was on
Severely
Xbox.
handicapped.
So
He thought
yeah,
he was on
like
Xbox so he could
mentally
change his name. But he's on
retardedly
Sony's on
fucked in the
PS4.
brain would only call
You
himself
can change
that,
your
right?
name on fucking Xbox.
On Xbox, yeah, you can pay to change it, but on here you can't. But,
So-
but on there, he must have thought he was on Xbox. Alright, that's what it is.
Are you a fanboy of
Yeah.
Xbox, Striker MC cunt?
You got a chart on Xbox, guys? You do that?
We don't. We do not
You don't?
believe in
Nothing to do with it. Fuck
multi-charter
Xbox.
consoles.
Alright,
We don't do that.
Moldy.
I think the only way we'd
That's-
even think about
I
doing
think-
that is if all of us had
I would
Xboxes.
not. I would not think about doing it, even if it was at
Yeah.
Xbox. I would sooner kill myself.
Exactly. We could do a group, like a packed suicide. You know what I mean?
Well,
we
you
could
ain't
just
the
jump
whole
at the same
club.
time.
I ain't the whole club. That is correct. Because we are a
Are you sure?
democracy.
A democracy.
And what Creed
That's a big
says
word right there.
doesn't mean shit anymore.
It doesn't.
My question
So
is,
that's how-
who's Creed?
Oh, it's
Don't
only
mean
the
that.
goddamn thing.
Don't mean that. Don't mean one fucking shred of anything.
Hell yeah, I'm fucking prime evidence this shit's a fucking democracy. You okay over there? Are you okay? You okay,
I'm gonna
Striker
throw
MC
up,
Press? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
my bad, Striker MC Sergeant at Arms.
So okay, so what do we
Striker.
call you? We call you Prez. We call you MC. We
We
call
call
you
him
Striker.
Strike.
Like Strike.
S.
We-
Some
yeah,
some
we'll
of
just call him Strike.
We call it
I'm,
S.
I'm gonna call you
Striker.
Orange Shoes. Alright, how you like that? Are they orange? What is that? I'm colorblind.
More cream.
Cream.
But man,
Honestly, I think they are
nine
closer to
fucking-
orange.
9 episodes, 9 hours of us
you
talking
chocolate
about
butter.
nothing but the MC community, and we haven't got bored of it yet. How about that? 9 fucking
It's
hours.
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we're all
Done by
aware
now.
though of everyone saying, "Oh, the MC."
Awesome or sad? I can't decide yet.
You
Hey,
know,
we ain't gonna let it die. Okay. We the people. Alright. There you go.
Club Talk's been getting some attraction recently. It's been getting some eyes on it. Not a lot, but some. You know,
Some
people been-
love. A lot of love.
A lot of hate too.
It's more
We get some
hate.
hate.
It's
Yeah,
more hate.
it's more
It's
hate.
more hate
Hey,
than
but
love. I don't know,
what makes
because
something hatred?
even the people that hate it think it's funny, so it's still love.
I don't even know what we're talking about. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, they
Hate
continue
on
to
Club
watch
Talk.
the episodes, so I would say
They
that
do
it's still love.
like they do continue to watch.
You've
episodes.
got viewers? That's amazing.
We
what
we
they're
have
doing,
about we have like 70.
it's not like somebody
Oh,
like sucking your dick saying it stank, but they still sucking that dick.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this dick tastes fucking
yeah,
trash.
Yeah.
If you don't like the taste of my green dick, stop sucking it.
I got a green dick. God damn, motherfucker.
Everyone in
I
Striker
got white
MC,
balls.
everyone in
You're like
Striker
a Luke
MC has
Cage, hey? You
to.
got like them bionic powers and shit. You broke out of prison and I got a green dick.
Everyone in
I got
Striker
a
MC is
green-
forced to paint their dick green and take a picture of it as soon as they
I got
patch
a
down.
green
the
dick. I got a
Gotcha.
green dick and white balls, bro.
Damn. I got one white ball and one black ball, so I'm multi. You know, I'm in both worlds.
I got no
It's
balls.
It's a disease we all suffer in Striker MC.
Yeah, it's like the curse, like the black spot you get on your hand
It's
in
like
Pirates of the
watching
Caribbean.
it's like watching the 5th season of Lost.
The
You just
moment
wanna kill yourself,
the
bro.
moment you put the Striker MC patch on your back, your dick turns green and your balls turn white. It's just what happens.
Kinda crazy.
I don't know if
But
we
I
have a
gotta-
disease in our cuts or something. I don't know.
I
crazy.
got a better question though. How many
Nelly
seasons
says,
of Lost?
Nelly says, "What's up, Wolf?"
Nelly says, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also
Probably so
says
that
that
he's not
he
in
also
this
says that
episode,
he
huh?
hates you and he hopes you
Yeah.
die.
Yeah,
He
I
also
can
said
believe
that.
that. I
Yeah.
can believe
Yeah,
that.
hi Nelly, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said,
You ain't
"Cobra,
get
don't
Nelly in
talk to
now,
me."
fuck Nelly, right? Yeah. Who's Cobra? I don't know who that is.
You know.
Cobra.
Alright, so we talk about other clubs and shit, right?
Well, I mean, we
what's
can.
kinda,
We can talk
have
about
we
it.
yeah,
guys
we
got
can,
like kind
but-
of a schedule of kind of the fucking, what do you call that word? The things that you go through?
I mean,
know what you call it.
I mean, I took a nap before we started this episode,
Yeah, you
so I
fell
just
asleep.
plan on I plan on winging it. But yeah, we usually.
I mean,
have a
most
schedule,
episodes
like,
are
six
weird.
sessions
We've only
that we
really
ask
planned
people.
out a couple episodes. We planned out like what the fucking Mongols episode. We planned out a little bit to us talk about stuff. We never really held a script. It's just like, yo, this is some shit we can talk about with this particular
Well,
people.
scripts are
But
boring. You don't want to
yeah,
stick
exactly.
to
That's what we're
funny
trying to.
stuff.
We want to shake it up a little bit.
Roll the dice.
So we are.
Yeah, we want to keep the conversation.
We've been trying to get Road Rockers on the show for a little bit, actually. You know, we've been trying to.
after they asked,
talking.
because anyone
Yeah,
that gets on
we
Club
asked.
Talk asked to get on, except Wild Boys. We
Yeah.
can force them into that. But
Yeah, we
everyone else asked.
we told Wild Boys we'd do a crew battle with them if they fucking did the club talk, and then we didn't do it.
No, but that's a senior thing, because that's a recent thing of you guys, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool, because not many people, like, I mean, obviously everyone's going to bring up Dirty Worker, right, and is in the cut shit, like, no one else knows any other thing that involves MCs and kind of getting to know any MCs or the MC community. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, hell yeah, we'd like to be part of something like that, you know, it's
Well, yeah,
a cool thing.
the idea was really like it's supposed to be like a podcast type thing. It's supposed to be like, you know,
So-
you listen to it when you're just doing something. So for the MC guys to listen to if they're interested in it, you know, like something like that. Because
See,
it goes on for like an hour.
the main
so.
thing that motivated me was, you know, we do like these. You always get into these comments or these fights with people on Instagram and shit like that, and you fucking end up talking about what you think 1% is and what they think 1% is, what they think an MC should be, and vice versa. And we're like, why are we doing this here when we could make an episode?
Shit gets
doing this?
lost
Like,
over
instead of
text.
just having these dumbass conversations
Shit gets lost over
in
text.
comments where shit gets lost in translation. Might as well just have it right here, face to face, talking it out.
People
Fucking,
tend to
you know.
be less of an asshole when you're talking, and still an asshole,
yeah.
but a little bit less.
So this is funny though, because it's funny you bring that up, because this is where it's gonna get juicy. Because I watched your guys' episode on Mongol MC, and I was watching that. I watched it start to finish because we like to fucking see what's going on. And my God, did I disagree with so much shit? I was like,
Hey,
I don't agree
Striker's
with any of
going
this
to go
shit.
take a shit. I will be back. I'm going to go take a shit.
Could have just said you were
Shit,
going.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't have to let us know you was
I'm
taking
going
don't need to know what you're
push
doing.
feces out of my asshole.
All right, fantastic.
No one cares.
Thank you. That was very educational for us.
Pineapples.
But yeah,
Good
we
shit.
so the stuff we disagreed about in the Mongols episode, that was like episode 6. Go check that out. Shameless plug. Episode 6 Mongols, I think.
go check
Something like that. 8 maybe.
We got a dirty little mention in the end of it. I'd seen Dante mentioning our names.
So
He bringing us up.
I assume the stuff you disagreed with was the 1% kind of stuff, conversations.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I listen to you guys' opinions and what you guys know, obviously, because you've been around for a while, obviously.
I mean, there's
Fucking hell, I mean,
like
if-
we have kind of 3 different like perspectives here. I've been around like a medium that's been around like 3 to coming on 4 years now, right? In the MC community, Day Day is a bit new. He's around like a year and a half, and Strike's been around longer than anyone. He's been around like fucking 5 years, just crazy. crazy
Yeah,
amount
I've
of
been
time
about
doing
5
shit.
years as well.
Yeah, like so we got like kind of 3 different time zones.
And that was my point, because the whole thing when I heard you guys speaking about the OG 1%, and then you were just a completely opposite thing to what we go by and what I believe and what I've seen. I in fact had a conversation with I think it was Soul Reefer as well. I put a poll on thing like saying, what do you guys think about 1%? What is your guys' thoughts on the 1% rules and this and that and engagement all sorts of shit. And basically, he was just like, you know, oh yeah, well, if something's used on you, then I'm going to use it back. And with all that kind of talk on that 1%, where, oh, if someone RPGs me, I'm going to RPG them, or if someone snipes me, I'm going to snipe them back, because that's 1%, that's fair game. I was like, well, from how I've always been ARs for like the 5 years, for the longest, for the whole time I've ever been.
I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm gonna interrupt you to read a comment that a viewer directed at y'all. He said Road Rockers 99 when they're losing. And then he asked if y'all have a 1% patch. It's Yo Daddy on YouTube. I don't know who it is, but that's the comment he left. Okay. So
Father?
Just shared it.
Well, fuck him. No one cares about
Yo
him.
Daddy. His name is Yo Daddy. It ain't Scarlet. Scarlet's name is like Truth Teller or some shit.
I just thought it was my biological father.
Well, I'll tell you something with us. Well, we only use ARs, okay? We use, obviously, in saying that, that's meaning the point that we don't use RPGs, miniguns, anything that we class as 99, okay? Explosives, anything like that. Obviously, in 1%, we also use, with some clubs disagree, like Banshees, we do use pump shotguns, we use pistols, and we use ARs. SMGs also is okay. But anything that's, you know, not in that, it's we don't even have it in our weapon wheels.
But this is where the mix happens. The thing where you said again, like Banshees, again they consider it they do it different to you. You do it different to Banshees, and other people do it differently. Yeah. And you call yourselves OG 1%. Banshees call themselves OG 1%. And I think there is different interpretations of OG 1%. I don't think there is one code for people to follow. I don't think there was ever one code. There might have been somebody that did it first, but I think that's almost impossible to track that down.
I think it's more people just doing what they want to do and then calling themselves 1%. I mean,
that's 99. That's what drives the line between 99 and 1%.
Right? Can we agree on that? Like the basis of it is ARs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you consider what do you consider 1%? I mean, because do you see 1%?
So I see that there's kind of two. So this is a little bit weird, but I'll see that there's kind of two 1% in the fact that I respect both. So one in which I know you or maybe others will disagree with, because I've been only always doing this. I call it OG 1%, which is ARs only. We do that, which I call that OG 1%. Then there's the other 1% for later when all these vehicles came out. People obviously were like, oh shit, okay, how are you going to use an AR on this? So they used, RPGs obviously to get rid of a heli, tank, jet, whatever. And so they basically say, okay, it's ARs on people, but then when this vehicle comes out, we're going to destroy it with this, so we can get rid of that, and then we'll go back to our ARs.
Yeah, now, that's the code that Striker MC follows. That's the code that they follow.
Yeah. See, I respect that because I can understand it, because I get, and obviously I hate you guys. You're going to stand there using an AR on a tank. I mean, we do. It's our bike. We only use ARs. We actually do shoot the fuck out of the back of an engine on a tank, and we destroy it with ARs. We've shot down planes, helicopters with ARs, killed the people.
I've shot down a helicopter with an AR. That shit was pretty dope.
So that and as well, it's fucking dope, and it's such a great feeling when you stay to that. It's kind of like a pure, like I'm a brand new baby kind of thing. You know, it's like I'm pure kind of. I'm not. And the point of the 1% in that fact, though, is that you're staying to these weapons, and I'm kind of thinking that you can't pick and choose when to be 1% and when to not be. You know, it's like you can't have both.
But this is where I disagree. This is where I disagree because for me, what 1% was and what I've always seen it as and what people always use it as is just fair play. So yes, originally you start off with ARs, but if someone uses it on you, you can use it back. Because it's fair gameplay. That's what it is. 99% of people are not finna play the game in a fair way. They're gonna find any way to get an advantage up on you, whether that's flying a jet, RPG, and you're using AR all the time.
If you're doing what they're doing, though, doesn't that make you what they are? Rather than
not if you're doing it in response to them using it on you first. That's the same thing as saying, "Oh, I'm a 99er because I shot down a jet." You just said you can't do that.
No, that's what people call the retaliation.
We don't use it.
We don't use that.
We don't use it.
I would say that that's the retaliation method. Which, I mean, especially when like 2-3 years ago, maybe I was in. Again, this is where I see with different experiences. I was in clubs that used that all the time. I was never in a club back then that didn't use a retaliation method.
So do you guys use that method? Or is it only on vehicles?
No. We only use it on vehicles. We use it on vehicles as soon as the person is out the vehicle. We use assault rifles and pump shotguns and pistols and stuff like that.
I'll blow your bike up if you ain't on it.
If
We gotta talk
you're
about that.
playing as an
That's
MC,
not in the bylaws, but
if
I'll blow
you're
your
role
bike
playing
up.
as an MC, I don't think that it's cool that people RPG people. Like Mongrel MC, like he was talking about, yeah, I'm just gonna spam a load of rockets at this guy because he's fucked me off. Like with me, that's kind of you're just doing the same thing as him. Like,
Well, the way I saw
don't
the,
see
the
MCs using
retaliation
RPGs
method,
on people like
the
that.
retaliation method, in my opinion, can be 1% to an extent, right? Like, obviously, if a guy snipes you once and then you spam with loads of rockets, I would say that's excessive, and that would be 99ing, right?
Yeah,
But
that's
if the guy snipes you, you snipe him back, run up, and then assault rifle him, I would say that was kind of 1%. We don't do that, but I would say that was like a 1% kind of mentality.
Yeah,
I think
but
it does
that
come
is
back
how we
to
did it. That is how we did it for a while.
We
That
did
is
just
how
do
we
that.
did it for a while.
About
Like we
2
tried to
years
use
ago.
our
We
ARs
did
no
that.
matter what.
Almost 2 years ago now.
Then eventually we got to the point we at now. But we used to like someone snipes us, we'll snipe them back, and then once we get close enough to use an AR, that's what we're using.
No,
Then
that's
someone
what
RPG'd us.
that's what we
gotta
used
suck
to
it up.
do. That's what we used to do. Day. We don't do that anymore.
That's what we used to do. I said
I can get that
did.
though, because
That's what we did.
No, he did say
not
that's
do.
what we did. Yeah. But I get that though, because like there's times where I'm like, there's someone so far away and I'm using like a heavy revolver or fucking AR, and I'm just like, I can't get this guy, he's too far. So I can see why people want to do that shit. I mean, back in the day when Agents of Death, I know there's a copycat. Okay, there's a whole different thing that we're going to debate, and I know a lot of people hate against copycat clubs, and I understand all of that shit. I was in Agents of Death when they first started. I think this was like fucking years and years back. And when I joined them, they was I think they were using the marksman rifle, the marksman sniper thing, and it was ARs. And that is when I was kind of brought in. It was like that. This is what 1% is. And eventually, I think I've seen them. I think they're pretty free and they just do whatever the fuck they want now. I've seen them in helis doing missions and shit. But back when I was with them, that's all they kind of used. And with us, yeah, we don't use that because I class it as a 99 weapon. So we don't want to essentially have them weapons with us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I respect that. I'm not gonna go off like with you guys as well. I got respect for people blowing up. Like if there's a jet coming after you and you RPG that, like I'm gonna respect that. Like I think the only way anyone should really throw around the term OG 1%, because it seems like to me everyone that does it has no idea where 1% came
there's
from.
Lots. There's different origins.
Just what you've seen from the people you were around.
I mean, yeah, because like, look, if you cycle back to, I talked with Felix about this on Instagram a little bit. If you go back to, like you said, like back in the day, everyone used to do this. That you can't know that, right? So maybe the club that you were in and the clubs you were friends with did it that way, but you didn't know every club at the time. You didn't know every friendly club at the time. They could have started the exact same time, said, "Oh, we're 1%. We're gonna do it this way." You just don't know. There's too many clubs.
I'll be
there's
honest
too
with
many
you, the amount of times I've heard people say that, oh yeah, when it was decided there was a meeting with Black Wasp and this and that, and I was never at that supposed meeting. Okay, like everyone goes around saying this is when the 1% was made. It was by Black Wasp and this, and they made that.
I heard a totally different story. I heard it was some warlocks and war chiefs and all those people. Guys that ain't even like around anymore.
So there's so many different stories in that you don't really know what is, because none of us, or well, from what I assume, were then. I do go back like maybe 5 years, and like I said, in terms of OG, I think it's you calling yourself an OG because you've gone back in the community so long. And because I've been in the community for such a long time and I've always used ARs, and the people in clubs I've been in have only used ARs, that's why I kind of stick to that, and I don't kind of go across to anything else, like retaliation methods or just anything else. You know what I mean?
Right, which is respectable. The reason, this really ties into the thing. Like we say, okay, Striker MC always says, right, they don't care about the shooting aspect. We're more of an MC kind of thing, right? We always say that. Yeah. So why do we blow up vehicles? Is it just to win? Right? It's not the point where we blow up armored vehicles and stuff like that. The point isn't to win, right? The point is these armored vehicles and stuff, they're going to stop us from, riding our bikes, doing
Stop
all this
the
kind of
threat from
stuff.
killing you, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
you're
it's more of
getting
a,
rid
it's
that
more of a,
threat.
this, like, are we gonna allow this guy to stop us
he
from
can
being
very well
bikers?
whoop our ass when he gets on
Yeah,
the ground.
exactly. But the thing is,
The
with
threat
this,
of him being in the air is way more than him being on
yeah,
the ground.
this
I
can,
don't give a fuck
this
about
guy
him
can
winning. I
stop
don't give a
us
fuck
from
about me
riding our
losing.
bikes, blowing
I
up all
just
that
don't
shit,
want
doing this
him
kind of stuff.
blowing me up
Yeah,
from the sky or in an armored vehicle.
destroying. Say
If
if
he
you're
wants to
doing a
blow me
big
up from the
ride.
ground, he's going to catch the AR to the face.
Like
But
we
I don't
love
give-
doing
like,
big
if
rides
he's
in
doing
public
it in
sessions.
those
I know a
vehicles
lot of
and
clubs
shit, I'm
don't
not
do
wasting my
do
time.
rides in public sessions anymore because they're, you know, they're more likely to get fucked up, right?
Well, now
We
they've
get
got
fucked up all
orbits
the
and
time.
cannons, it's
Yeah,
crazy shit. And I think we've all
but
been,
that's why we love doing that kind of
crazy.
stuff. We like showing, you know, getting our numbers on and doing big rides,
Yeah.
just chilling out in
But
big
it's
public
nice
sessions
as
and
well
that kind of
because
stuff.
with that point that you're saying with us, we actually, I mean, it's not a set thing, but so we don't do church in public sessions because, you know, it's just.
Oh yeah, we don't do
with
church in public
people-
sessions
So
either.
we always do them in
No,
private.
we
but now
did
and
one
again
in
we
the public
might.
session before.
We've done it
We've
before,
two.
but we usually do it in private
We've
sessions.
done it in East LS, and I did it in Polito Bay the other
You know.
day. So
Um,
we've done it.
So it's the same kind of thing with that. But I mean, most of these guys that you're talking about, these threats that you're eliminating, though, I think the one thing that we can mostly always agree on is that when these guys are not in these vehicles running you over with their insurgent or in their jet, like they are literally so fucking ass on the ground
Oh yeah.
that they just get destroyed. You know what I mean? And so it's, I don't blame you for getting them out of that shit. You know, like that's why
I mean,
don't disrespect.
I would be, if I was to use an RPG on a guy that was on the ground, I'd be worse with a fucking RPG than I am with an assault rifle anyway. You know, even if I was allowed to use that kind of stuff, I'd be worse with it anyway. I can't
With that is
this shit.
if people doing that, you know, spamming RPG, then in my opinion, you're no better than the person who's doing that. You know, because then you're being like them, rather than you're sticking to your ground on that you are, you know, on the way you fight. Because a lot of people play dirty, don't they? And
I can agree to an extent
you
if,
know.
say, if the guy snipes you and then you jump on a fucking insurgent and then do all that kind of stuff, I would say, yeah, that's 1990. I would say, yes, when you go
what's
that far,
more-
that's 1990.
You know what's more understandable? You know how we're talking about basically if someone acts like this and in terms of 1%, then we're going to do this like retaliation method.
Right.
A more kind of easier subject to talk about in terms of retaliation in the same way is the way you kind of play in kind of dirty methods and stuff. So say someone blind fires you. If the people blind fire us, we're going to blind fire them. That is dirty play. Do you know what I mean? That is kind of really garbage
I think
ass
a lot
way
of people
playing.
a lot of people get confused with that scummy and 1990.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
scummy
some
stuff
stuff.
is
Pretty scummy.
corner
No, no.
shooting, you know, fucking, you know, like scummy
But
shit,
it's
right?
also
in TVs.
using your environment
Hold on.
But
towards
it's
your
not
we getting
1990. I
we
wouldn't
getting-
call a corner shooter
We're getting away
1990.
from we kind of going towards scummy shit. So I want to make sure I go back to what this guy said in the comments, because this guy on here, he's commenting, he's leaving paragraphs. So what he said was, and I've heard this before, is that 1% originally started off with just TDM clubs. You know, this is rules that people followed in TDMs, right? So then,
I mean, but how can he know that? I mean, that's the thing. It comes down to the thing of how does this dude know that?
But you know what
yeah,
though?
I mean, that's what I've heard that a lot, though. I have heard that.
There's different.
And
There's
then,
different
I've heard
rules
many other
though
things
in
a lot as well.
TDMs to open lobbies though.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
different rules. You know, like in a TDM, and from what I know of from back then is that in TDMs it's run and gun. Okay, back then we didn't even aim much. It was run and gun. Okay, you're shooting, you're running and gun, and obviously people now as well aim. Like that's how you play, isn't it? You're aiming and you're shooting, but you don't blind fire. You don't play like, well, quotations a bitch. So in TDMs you don't really blind fire. You're running and gun and you're killing each other. It's kind of a nice way of playing with each other. You know, but in an open lobby fight, it's kind of all hards bars, you know, gone. You know, you can blind fire, use your environment towards your advantage. You know, corner shoot, all that kind of shit. You know, it's different play types. You know, rules and shit.
Yeah. Everybody plays differently, but I think the main thing is it fair? I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, like we had a conversation, and I got convinced. You know, BST, in my opinion, now is 1990. BST gives you an unfair advantage. It's you know, it gives you an unfair thing. It's not you, because it crosses that threshold from being scummy to 1990. So BST is definitely 1990.
No, it's 99.
Yeah, definitely. And
Yeah, if we pick it up,
corner shooting's not body armor. Now the way I use body armor is I won't spam body armor while I'm doing something. But if I go into a session and I'm in, like, say if I'm just chilling out by myself, I'll put on some body armor just for the initial attack. If I get attacked and that body armor's gone, I don't put on another one until I'm in another passive
everyone uses
session.
body armor, but we just don't have it. We have it hidden, like, you know what I mean? Because
I don't use body armor like at all. I just figured out how to put body armor on the other day when Creed showed me how to do it to do a role play that we were doing, pretending to be cops.
Yeah,
So,
but it's
I
like
don't like people go around with visible armor, like it doesn't look like MC in my opinion.
But I like again with the if if you keep putting body armor on every time you get killed, I would say that was scummy. I would say that was again that was a scummy move. But
it's like snacking. You're refilling your
Yeah,
health, like trying to fight.
But I don't think I'd go so far to say 90-90. Because it's possible.
Yeah, I think a lot of
No,
people.
it's not 99. It's more scummy thing.
Yeah.
You know.
I think people put the label 99 on weird shit. There's certain things I wouldn't call 99.
Let's talk about.
And I think a prime example is that
99 for killing someone on your fucking bike. What the fuck is that?
Wait. That's what I was just gonna get to. That's what I was just gonna get to.
That's fucking bullshit.
I was just gonna get to that.
Oh, that annoys me so much. Man.
So this guy said 1% is a joke. And I kind of agree with him. I really do. But I like playing 1%, so I'm not going to stop playing it. But it is a joke because everyone has their own alterations to what they think 1% is and the way that they play it. And yeah, when I start off, I want to say it's fair gameplay because that leaves it more open. But then again, it gives it even more time for people to alter it. Be like, I think this is fair.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
Crazy.
You have to be sensible with it. If you play,
like as Creed just said, you have people like Lords that blow people up for riding their bikes, and their justification for that is that it's not fair to ride your bike.
I would see, and that's what it is. Like, if you leave, you have to be sensible with the fair play way of doing it. So a lot of clubs use 1% means fair play, and these clubs abuse that. And I would say that mentioning Reaper Lords again. I would say that fucking Reaper Lords abuse that fair play aspect where they blow people up and be on their bikes.
That's about in terms of people or them RPGing people on bikes. That's because of their fair play kind of thing where I'm not on a bike and you are, so by rights that's
and they're open about it. I'm pretty sure it's in their bylaws.
Yeah, I would say that's 99. How are you gonna blow up a biker for being on his bike? That's 99.
But you're an MC, so you're gonna be on a bike. Why don't they just get their bike?
You ride a motorcycle.
You know what I mean?
Like, that's the most biker thing. In my opinion, that's the most biker kill you can get. Is on your fucking bike shooting somebody. That's the most like. How can you blow someone up?
But look at it like this.
Just shoot where they're driving to. It's not fucking hard.
Shoot them off the bike. It's not
just shoot where they're going.
But by that same logic, could you shoot down a guy for being in a jet if he's in a jet crew? You see what I'm saying? Like by that same logic.
But if someone's, I wouldn't get mad if someone's in a jet crew. I wouldn't be like, that guy's a fucking scumbag.
But you were gonna send that rocket up and shoot his ass out the sky. Don't tell me you're not gonna do that. That's the thing. It's like
But you can't shoot a guy off a jet.
But then again, a motorcycle doesn't have a fucking gun on it.
And you can't shoot a fucking you cannot shoot a guy out of a jet with an assault. I mean, I'm sure it's been done in trick shots and stuff, but you can't normally shoot a guy out of a fucking jet with an assault rifle. Right, so it's not
I've seen a guy get revolvered out of a jet.
Yeah, I mean, it's been done, it's been trick shots, yeah, obviously, but it's not like an average thing where it's easy to do. With a bike, you can get killed on a bike.
But the point of 1% as well, it's not meant to be easy, though. That is what 1% is. It's not meant to be easy, so that's why I don't like... That's what being in my eyes, people hate it, saying you can't say you're true 1% or OG 1%.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say you can hate me, but in my opinion, 1% isn't meant to be easy. Okay, if you're saying you're 1%, it's meant to be a challenge. It's not meant to be easy. This guy's in
right,
do you know what I mean? Like you're meant to be.
But then again, the challenge is fighting each other free aims with ARs. If someone shoots you with a rocket, it's not much of a challenge. You know what I'm saying? It's just them shooting you with a rocket. Like it's what it is. Boring. You know what I'm saying? It's boring. Like the moment someone shoots me with an RPG, I fight 1%. Like I fight, our version of the way we want to play the game. That's what we do. Someone shoots us with an RPG, I'm not finna RPG their ass back. But I can guarantee you, if they hit me with enough rockets, whether I'm winning or losing, I'm leaving the lobby. Because it's boring. It's boring.
And it comes to the aspect again where Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
we
somebody just asked me if a rebreather was 99. I totally think a rebreather is 99 because it still eats bullets.
Okay, so
You shoot
with a
someone
Yeah, I guess.
directly in the mouth.
I mean,
with a rebreather,
I
it's
guess
gonna
it
eat a
would be
bullet.
like it's the same as a bulletproof helmet. It's a little bit less effective than a bulletproof helmet, but I would say that because you're intentionally trying to eat bullets by wearing that kind of stuff.
But
then,
I don't think,
yeah,
but
I'd
it
say-
doesn't eat bullets though.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
you're
does.
tryhard.
Because we've tested like every single thing in
But
this
just
game.
yeah,
The only thing that
how did you
eats is
test it? By
helmet.
just
Did you
like
guys?
if you go up to a
Yeah,
guy
did
wearing a
you test
rebreather,
it by him standing right in
Yeah,
front
like-
of you and you
like,
shot
if
him
you
in
go
the
to-
face while
if
he
you
was
go-
standing still?
Moving combat. In moving combat, we've tested everything. You know, the only things that eat from when we've tested things is the helmets. It goes up to 1 bullet or up to I think it's 5 or 6.
Yeah, the biker helmet eats one
That
bullet.
is
the
it.
fucking-
Like my cowboy hat, that does not eat. A rebreather does not eat. A bandana does not eat.
I would
Okay,
I would be
it just
very
doesn't.
yeah I would be very like we don't allow rebreathers
game.
in our club. We don't
well,
allow
if it
rebreathers
don't
in our
eat,
club.
still.
But why the fuck you wearing
So
one? If it
we
doesn't,
don't allow
if
that.
yeah, exactly. But why do these people go around wearing them to go? You know what? Why? If you're going to go into a TDM, switch to your
I
tryhard
don't think
around
your
as a rebreather.
rebreather's 99. I just think you look like a scummy tryhard fish. Like you
Yeah,
don't look
we
like a
love that.
biker. You look like a tryhard. And this new age, fucking these clubs with these guys that are TDM players. This guy was talking about TDM crews. Bikers are now they're just fucking TDM players with patches on. They're not bikers. They don't look like bikers.
There are very few MCs
You
that I would
guys,
consider
we
still
look
MCs.
like bikers. Okay, in our actual bylaws, we have a dress code thing, which is we don't. In that thing, it says no
Joggers.
helmets, no joggers, no fucking rebreathers. You know, we say none of that trash.
Yeah, exactly. Same with
Our
us.
image is we're repping as old school bikers. Now and again, you might see because of this new age shit we're implementing this new DLC, the nightclub shit. Obviously, the OGs who had the modded accounts with the vest and shit with the patches on, or I think it's a glitch as well. People did ways to get this shit, and now there's a glitch now that you can get that. A few of us have that. Like I don't mind that because that's kind of a lot of people who were back then. Like I swear down, every fucking guy had that vest with the patch on.
With
Like
what,
that
the
was a
suit
big
vest?
thing back then. Yeah, the suit vest. Like everyone had that back then.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, I remember that being around back then.
With the
and-
glitchy sleeves and all that shit, that kind of looked gay. I have one where it's no sleeves. It's just the vest.
But we got cuts
Um,
now, though. Like it's like you know.
Yeah, we do. I think it's more just people's styles. You know what I mean? It's people want to be individual. They want to stand out. I think.
That's what
I
we
mean, with
wanna
us
do.
right now, we're in the same thing. Like with ride events or anything. This right here, what we're wearing is our first line outfit. Okay,
Yeah,
we also
that's
have another cut that you're wearing, Creed. The one that's a little bit dirty like that's our lifer cut. The one that's clean is a full patch cut. And we
Mate.
have this kind of this thing when we go onto Rise and stuff. So we kind of, you know.
Yeah, we
These
have
are
we
all-time
have
things.
something similar. We have Note 6 outfits, Notorious 6, where
Okay.
where it's like the 6 members in our club can wear a certain cut. Let me find my fucking outfit. Go through this. Where is
So
this?
you got the
now?
first 6 then, not the first 9.
Oh, we got a Notorious 6 because we couldn't do first 6 because Striker MC's been around a really long time, right? And we all kind of came into the crew about a year and a half ago. Striker was a one-man club
Yeah.
for a fucking ridiculous amount of time. So what we
Yeah,
said was we were the members that kind of rebirthed the club, so to speak.
Yeah, see, we did the same thing with us because
Yeah.
we did the same thing. We actually have, I believe I learned this from fucking Dirty Workers in the Cup thing, and he was speaking
There
to
it is.
some club, and they were like, "These are our very first 9." I was like, alright, okay. And so with our club, we've been going through a lot of ups and downs. Members, obviously, every club knows about the struggle of fucking finding true people in your club. You know, there's a lot of crew hoppers and cancerous people in the
Oh
community.
yeah.
So we actually rebranded our club because I wasn't the founding president of the club.
Right.
I was appointed the president in fucking. When was I appointed president?
About October, August.
October. So we've been around for like nearly a year now, and so we kind
This
of
month, really.
this month is our 1-year anniversary.
That's dope. You doing an event?
Yeah, we're gonna do an event. Yeah, we're trying to still think about how we wanted to do it because you know, I mean, as you know about us, we keep ourselves pretty tight into ourselves. I mean, I know we asked to come on this, but it took a while to get on here, right? We're very busy and we're very we're really occupied on sorting ourselves and you know we're about that whole thing with quality over quantity. You know, just like yourselves, like
organised a bit.
you know.
Yeah. Going back to that
Yeah.
finding good members thing is a reference where, you know,
Yeah.
I always say that the MC is like a big pile of, the MC community is like a big pile of like dirt and shit, and you
It's
kind of have
just
to be like
recycled
the
fucking people on different
and,
accounts.
yeah, and
It's
you
the
have
same
to
answer as
be
me.
like the gold diggers. You know, when those gold diggers get those pans and they have to find those little specks of gold in the little things, and that's the thing. That's also the MC community is like you have to get through all the shit and mark and find the little tiny specks of gold, and then you can kind of build in off these little specks of gold and keep building and building. And you know, it's
I think the key to it is finding people you actually. It's not finding these randoms because most of them, like we both say, they're just recycled fucking cancerous people on different accounts.
Yeah.
Same people are still here. Okay, I'm not going to name names, but we all know it.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of the guys in our club, we all know fucking where we live. We know our names. We know fucking what
know
we
each
look
other's
like.
families,
Okay.
you know, that kind of stuff. You know,
You know
it's
what I mean?
like
So with a lot of the guys, I go back like 5 years with Cobra here. He knows me we know each other for like 5 years. Some crazy shit.
it's all about building up
fucking
that actual brotherhood that you can actually do on the game. It's crazy
Yeah,
that people can do
exactly.
that, and
Clubs
people
I was
don't
in
really
before,
get it.
still in a lot of people.
And people who say they don't get it obviously aren't in an MC that you can really feel that. If you can feel the brotherhood.
Yeah.
If you're in a good MC, you can feel that. You know that
Yeah.
you know the guy next to you isn't going to go jump off to another crew next week.
Exactly. I mean, one thing I'll tell you, which is a great thing, our guy Beast, I go way back with this guy as well. He's our sergeant.
Right.
This guy, literally, I don't need to ask this guy, yo, you watch my back 1 minute, I just don't need to do this, I need to do that. Every time I look behind, this guy is at my back, watching me. Any time. And that's what it's about, you know what I mean? Like, when you know
Absolutely.
people, you know, are truly
Got your back.
there and they give a damn. It's about giving a damn about each other, you know? That's what it's about, you know? It is, yeah.
I mean, it comes down to it. That's all. Like, if your MC doesn't have that, and I think that's the number one thing in your MC, even if you're not a 1% club, if you have that brotherhood, right, and you have that, fantastic, as you can build a good MC off of that.
It's just respect, isn't it? That's the key to it, I think, is respect for each other, you know? And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people just treat each other and everyone else like utter trash.
Yeah, I mean, like, people cross the line too much as well, especially online, where people think, oh, it's just a game. I can fucking take pictures of this guy's real life family and put them on Instagram, and it's like, you can't do that. That's so fucking scummy. You can't give people's addresses out and all that kind of shit.
To something. Your last episode with Mongoloans, I watched that. A guy in the Dante, the president. I go way back with this guy. He was in my club. I'm not going to say it because people are going to go crazy and shit. He was in a club with me.
Right.
And it didn't work out with the guy, you know. I'm not going to get into it, though, and put him on blast and shit. But it's the point of... where am I going with this shit? I don't even know myself, you know. It's the point I'm making is that with these people, it's like you need to know these people because a lot of the guys, you just can't trust them, you know.
Absolutely.
And that's the whole point about it. You really got to know these people, you know, and
you can't just let
the
them
whole
in.
point with the whole point with because if you don't know like people like you said they take it to social media and Instagram and all this stuff, it's like, well why the need for that? Why do you have people like that in the club? And he brought up, this is what it was. It's come back to me. He brought up saying, oh, we just got someone and we gave him full patch. The guy Ray's. So I go back with Ray's like maybe like 5-6 years.
Right.
Okay, he was in my back in the day, and I know this guy. And this guy, he fucking jumps on the bandwagon and shit with the pictures. You know, he's fucking posting pictures of me and shit. I don't really get. I put pictures of myself on my thing. I don't really give a fuck. You know, that's childish shit. He's done that. I don't really care with God. You know, and I go back with him, and he did. How do you guys feel about this? If he just rejoined us, Beast, he was in my old club back in the day. If you see on Beast's thing, he says Venom 4. Cobra, he was in that club as well.
Not
so
really.
a lot of these guys go way back, you know.
Not really, Wolf.
Well, yeah, you fucking got a story with that as well. But, you know, I don't know, fucking... People just get crazy on that shit, you know? But
yeah, I think it's really to do with...
They don't know reasons why you do what you and shit in your club, you know?
I mean, yeah, it comes down to people, you know, take this shit too seriously. I mean, we take look. I think everyone in the MC community can't lie. We all take the game a bit too seriously. I think we all do, right? We all take it. We all take, everyone who does this shit. Of course we do. Everyone does. We're in virtual motorcycle clubs. That's why we're here.
Yeah, like we're saying we're 1% bikers, like.
Yeah, we take the game a bit too seriously. If you say you don't, you're in denial. That's what you are. Right? And
it's a great thing though. A lot of the guys actually ride though. All VP rides. I fucking ridden. Fucking Ike Sargent, he fucking rides as well. So when people say, "Oh, you guys actually you don't ride, you don't do nothing," this, that, it's like, well, actually, you don't know us, so shut your
exactly.
fucking mouth.
You can't judge people. I think
you know what I mean?
I try not to, especially on here. I try not to, make judgments on people I haven't met yet. I try not to do this kind of stuff. Because it's very easy to do that. It's very easy to talk shit and not realize that these people are here.
When people don't know the stories of shit, and you just bandwagon on someone and on something, it's like, was you there? Do you know the story? Like, you don't know this person. You don't know the situation. Stop thinking you're like God and getting all high and mighty, fucking slating someone and spreading bullshit when you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly.
And that's one thing with me. There's so many cancers people I build fucking everything in this community. Just because someone says you're a fucking unicorn, don't mean you're a unicorn, okay? If I say that Day, he's an Apache helicopter, it don't mean that that's a fact. You know what I mean? That's not his birth fucking thing. Oh, he's an Apache helicopter. I heard it from my next door neighbour's cousin's aunt's uncle's dog. That's a fact.
Right. Like,
shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, what?
But I think people need to know that. Look, and you've expressed that you're very respectful of opinions as well. People need to know, and we've covered this before, but opinions are opinions. Everybody has a fucking opinion, right?
Yeah.
You could, and opinions aren't facts. We're not saying, look, this is fucking fact. We're just saying, in our opinion, this is this is that. This is how we see things. This is how you see things. Everything like that. And people
that's how the world is made.
People get so fucking mad, though. People get so fucking angry and go, this guy said fucking this. It's like, dude, this is the way I think about it. Like, chill the fuck out.
And what?
Yeah, man.
You know what a great... Go on, Daddy.
People get so... I think when people share their opinions, you give out a title. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where the issue comes in, because you give out a title based on your opinion, and then the people that listen to you take that title as a fact. So then that title gets carried around of that person or that group or whatever, that entity, and then that becomes their part of their image because you gave them that title based on your opinion. And I think a lot of people lose that dialect in there. Okay, they have this title because of his opinion. I see this as them being this type of person or this type of player or whatever because of my beliefs.
Yeah. And then you get labeled as well. It's like, well, one thing I'll tell you guys that you might like though is this is the thing, because I hate, like I've said, repeat myself a million times now, I hate bandwagon stuff and I hate yes men. In my club, there's not one yes person who just because I say something and I'm the prez, that does not mean that I want Cobra to say yes. I'm gonna say yes because that's what you think. No, and I'll tell you something great.
Exactly. We encourage people to disagree, and we go, yo, if we want people to bring up the different side of the story. Like almost everything we talk about as a club, we have a debate. There's going to be two sides to the story. There's going to be this, and then the club's going to decide, and everyone's going to accept it because that's what the club wants. Majority rule. And then the club votes it, and whatever the club does, everyone's cool with it, right? And that's kind of.
That's one amazing thing is.
No one leaves the club because the vote didn't go their way or something like that. Like people understand what it's about. I was showing them the Note 6 outfit.
I know, but yo, Creed, my fucking guy in my club, my VP 66.
Right.
This guy is the crazy story. This guy's my VP because this con disagrees with everything I say, and he challenges things, and he. And I'm like, I want you as my VP because you're not a yes person. You're not
absolutely.
And it's looking at it from something from a different perspective, and I'm like, that is who I want as my VP.
I think that's how VP should work as well. Really I think that's what makes a good VP and the prez, right? And the prez and the VP, I have this with Toretto. Right now, Toretto's the president of East LS. We have this kind of combination where we disagree on like fucking everything, right? We disagree on almost everything.
And you split why, right?
Yeah.
And then
it gives the table like two choices. Like it's like, okay, we have this way or that way, and we can kind of talk about that and have these different opinions. And no one's going to be like, oh, well, we should side with this guy because of that. They're just going to go, okay, that makes sense. This guy makes sense. And everyone's going to give their honest opinion about stuff. And I think if everyone votes yes in your club, and everyone obviously you're gonna have stuff you agree about, some stuff's gonna be unanimous and stuff like that. But if everyone in your club's like a yes man, like you said, and all that, there's no point in having a vote. There's no point in doing.
Point to it.
Yeah, there's no point in doing any of it.
Because that's what I hate. Sheep. I really do hate that. But
Exactly.
the thing is, what people have to understand though, and it's a true thing though. There is people who are meant to lead, and there's people who are meant to follow. There is sheep, and then there's people who are leaders, and that's okay.
Some people just aren't cut out to be leaders.
Fine.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's just how it is. But the thing is that everyone should have they all have the right to express themselves. Like you say, Day, and people, you can't get bought and just go off on a rage quit because you don't like what someone said. Like,
exactly.
It's just, it's just like that,
I mean, yeah, we come into like MCs and politics and stuff like that. When it comes to what makes an MC an MC, we talked about this a lot last episode. Would you say that you guys ride more than you shoot? Would you guys say that you prioritize motorcycle clubs?
So I'll be honest with you.
Prioritize motorcycles.
We do make money. And we do shoot more than we ride, and that's pretty sad, seeing as we're an MC. But I'm being honest with you, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay.
With Nally, I don't know what it is with Nally. Like, we ride, and this guy is like 50 miles behind you. He's saying he's controlled. This guy can't stay next to you. Okay. He hates riding. It's really weird that he's in an MC and he says every time I go, okay, let's do some riding. I hate riding. I'm like, you're in our fucking MC.
You're in a motorcycle club.
You're in a motorcycle club. What do you mean, Nally? Like, come on, man. But we love riding. We really do. I just think we need to go in more with it. And the thing is, though, don't get this misread. Is that we would if we had so with us, we've got people from all over the world in our club. Okay, we got people from Singapore. We got people from fucking Dubai, we got everywhere, okay, everywhere. So people ain't always on. We don't always have like 11 people on all the time, okay? It's not like that. If it was, then we would be doing right a lot more. So we kind of just go with it with day, It just depends how the day goes, how many numbers we got on. But we have a list, okay? So some people, not all people like riding, not all people like shooting, not all people like making money. So it's like, if you like riding, it's like, that this is the day we're going to be doing formation training. If you love making money, okay, this is going to be the day that we're going to just bang out fucking heists. Okay, this is the day we're going to be doing some shooting and fucking up randoms or fucking whatever it is. So we kind of got a system going on with that, where we do a bit of everything at least.
Yeah, I think
with the time that we're online.
I think the way we do it is we always try to prioritize motorcycles, right? And a lot of people on Instagram, I think we're very public with this, with the shooting things. Like, if we get bored, we're leaving. We're gonna stay in the session. We don't really hold any pride. We have guys in our club that like shooting. Absolutely, don't get me wrong. I think every club has guys that like shooting. We have guys that really would go into it and try. Like myself, I used to be fucking shooting all the time. I still do like shooting. Because it can be fun. It can be fun.
Creed can tell you, I used to be a complete and total tryhard. Like, when I first started out, that's all I gave a fuck about. You couldn't get me on do no ride. I wasn't going to do it. I was going to shoot. The moment you were fighting, I was the guy that was like, let's go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go back later on my YouTube,
it's just all patch picks.
And it's just all patch picks, knives, shooting. Like, that's like, you can see the moment that I changed my whole view on the MC community on GTA, as well as once I got more educated in the real life MC world. I was like, okay, this shit dumb. Like, what are we representing? Because it's not an MC. I know what an MC is. I've seen it. It's not what they do. It's crazy. So I was like, okay, what am I doing wrong on the game? What am I doing that makes me look less like an MC and more like what I was looking at?
That kind of shit, I've got a guy who's in the
Kevin says hello.
Hillbillies MC. He's in Hillbillies MCC. That's a support club for the Blue Angels in Scotland. My friend's in that. He's a prospect for Hillbillies MCC. That's a support club, and they do a lot of it's a lot of just fucking riding, having a good time, and doing fucking charity events and shit, And on GTA, obviously, it's
mostly support shit in real life.
It's not the same shit, Like,
Here's an interesting quick subject real quick. What do you think of clubs that put rats into other clubs? In Soccer MC, we really dislike this kind of thing. We really hate that mentality of we're gonna put a guy in your
A good
club.
majority of us. Some of us open to it, but a good
A
majority.
good majority of us are like hate that kind of
really,
stuff.
really.
Enough for us to be putting a rat into people's club.
I can see why people do it though. I can see why they do it. But it's fucking a scummy thing to do, you know. Like a lot of the things that people do.
But to me, it's like even with the reason, because I get why people do it, I do. But what would be the? Because to me, it's like, what is the reasoning behind it? What could you possibly gain?
I mean, we're a very public
unless-
MC today. We put all our stuff out there a lot, but there are some MCs
guess,
out there
yeah.
that don't put their stuff out there. They don't do that kind of stuff.
We keep ourselves to ourselves. Like we've had people in our club like that who tried to infiltrate us. They've not succeeded, okay? But they've got away and they're like, oh yeah, we know everything about your club, and I'm like, okay, tell me what you know about our club, and then they send me back our what is it, our bylaws and our code of conduct and this shit. I'm like, we send that to the prospect. That's like not hidden. I can go and put that and send it to my whole.
Yeah,
we have the website. Right? Our website has everything on it. Our website has our bylaws, all our systems, how we vote and everything, all our vote systems, everything. We have this website, and this website's on Instagram for people to look at. Because I'm a very firm believer in how can a person sign up for your club if they don't know what they're signing up for. So I've met actual some clubs like this that do not tell the prospects and stuff the bylaws until they become a patch member, which is ridiculous to me. Which is ridiculous.
That's stupid. They need to know that. Yeah, that's fucking.
You're signing up for something you don't know what it is.
I will be with you though. Okay, because I might be contradicting myself here. I agree with that, and it's stupid not to send that. We don't send our sports to our KOS list. Now that might sound a bit silly because you're like, well, they don't know who to shoot. But our club for the nearly year we've been here, if you're an MC, we will not shoot you first. We never have and never will shoot an MC first. We respect MCs. If you're a random, we don't give a fuck about you. We're gonna shoot you. You know what I mean? Just you gotta have your fun, you know. You gotta, you know. But with MCs, we don't shoot first, you know.
We have a lot of. I mean, with the MC community, you make a lot of connections. So we have a lot of people that we're friendly with inside and outside of the MC community. Whether it's like one member being a friend of them, whether it's like the whole club just knows this club and is cool with them, or whatever. We have some type of relation with them. What we always say is, because we find it easier, don't shoot an MC unless they shoot you, because that's easier to us. Not because we don't want to fight, we don't want to shoot MCs, but that's what we try to do because it works. It works.
We try to do that.
They don't end
exceptions.
up in those situations.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, you do your little sign up, do you? So like they go on say like someone wants to join you, and you go click a link to sign up.
No, we don't do that. No, we don't do that. Just because we give we have like a recruitment speech.
Yeah,
we
have a speech.
We get them in a party, we'll talk to them. We don't really waste our time making the whole fucking sign up thing because even if we did it, I doubt any of us would read it. So
I think in the future, if we get bigger, it's definitely gonna have to be to a point where we're gonna have to do that. If we do, because it's gonna be to a point where members, it's gonna be, you know, members aren't gonna want to be too busy to do the speeches. It is a lot of work giving a speech, and it can be fucking annoying sometimes when you give a guy a speech and then like you spend like 20 minutes talking to a guy and he just fucking bounces.
This is where I agree with though, because we've got guys, and a guy, one of the guys goes back with me like 5 years. This guy, he was out the MC community for a long time. He wasn't really in that. We brought him back. We had him in, and he prospected though for a little bit. We got him in. And he didn't even read our fucking bylaws, and we were because he was just fucking around, and he was killing. I killed our sergeant Beast. Beast went off on one. I was like, "Did you even read our bylaws?" He was like, "Nah, I ain't got time for that." Bro, you gotta come on now, man.
That's ridiculous.
He ain't got time. I'd have been like, I ain't got time for that either.
He ain't got time for that. So with Creed, so I prefer to just get him in a party. Am I standing up? I prefer to get him in a party and shit, and then you know in a game. Fucking get them all sorted out. This is what you're gonna wear while you're a sport prospect. Okay, get rid of all your fucking 99 weapons. I don't want to see that. Okay, I'll read him everything. You know, like I'll tell them. Because if you've been told, what's your excuse? Oh, I didn't read it, or I didn't get sent it.
Yeah, I told you. You knew.
You know what I mean?
You knew what it was.
You can't go around that. Like you know, you knew the thing when you joined us. Like you know.
Yeah,
But,
and that's what we do. We do the speech, and it keeps all our guys really busy, especially recruiting a lot.
I want you guys' opinion on looking legit. Right.
Right.
I've been thinking.
Well, what's your feel of looking legit?
Well, like look at us. Like
He means like like match and shit.
You mean,
like
right,
like
you mean,
fucking
you mean clothes, right?
You want my
Clothes.
honest opinion on it? You guys are
like,
faggots.
Right.
You guys are faggots.
No.
I'm sorry.
The way
it's fuck. I would never.
The way I see it
We've
is,
always been set up.
Shut up and let Creek talk, bitch.
The reason, no, fuck Creed. Fuck Creed. But reason me and Creed do this all the time. But the reason we don't do it is because we like to have our own.
You like individuality, innit? You like looking.
Yeah, we like that.
we kind of like the freedom, especially with bikes and all this kind of stuff.
Like,
We do say look biker like. So you wear your fucking cut, you wear your biker jacket, you got to have your patch on. Right, that's in the bylaws. You've got to wear that kind of stuff. So we won't have a guy run around in like a fucking one of those black puffy coats with a patch on the back. No, that's fucking gay. Right, we do respect the whole look biker like. Right, so you have to wear the biker cut, biker jacket with the symbol on the back. So that's always going to be there. But a guy wants to wear some fucking cargo pants or whatever, then wear some cargo shorts. Like. That's the kind of stuff.
Yeah, if he wants to, barely be able to ride a bike and die every time he fucking falls, so be it. He wants to wear a fucking short sleeve shirt under his cut and fucking shorts and flip flops. Who am I to stop him? But I'm gonna make fun of his ass, yeah. But as long as he's wearing the proper MC attire, like he's got a cut on.
I think there is a stigma though to us, but like you said, you use that outfit for like events and stuff, right? Like or first night.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I guess we have like headshot likes it, like especially when you show up to events and stuff. It makes you look more like a unit.
Just look legit,
like I mean, and especially because a lot of people in the MC community love organization, and that's one of the main reasons I joined the club, was to get organization. So I can see the point where it's like we look more organized because we're like this. But again, it's on our side. It's like, okay, individuality, keep it biker-like, but we have some mixed clothes and stuff like that.
And even if I can tell you right now, if Striker MC ever decided to do it, they would literally have to kick me. I wouldn't leave. I'm not gonna leave, but they're gonna have to kick me because I'm gonna disobey that bylaw.
I'll be honest,
it's happening. Because I wear a uniform. To work. Like I'm not getting to wear a uniform.
Talking about punishments now, a lot of clubs do this really stupid thing, which I really disagree with. If a patch member fucks up, they put them down to prospect. I really disagree with that. Because you can't. That's ridiculous. I really don't. Like that.
If they do it 3 times or something.
Some guy said road rockers are scared of everyone, bruh. They suck ninja dick. They said the other word.
Okay, so let's first establish though if this guy's 1% or is he 99? Because we ain't gonna fuck with you if you're 99, you're blowing yourself up and all this bullshit, blowing us up and that. We ain't gonna fuck with you. We ain't got time for you. You're a bitch. Go fuck yourself. Okay, if you're 1% ARs only.
This is my honest opinion. You can't be scared of anyone on GTA. You can only not want to play with them.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I might be scared of you, like, oh, this motherfucker's gonna boot me offline. That's as much fear as you about to get out.
I don't care if you're better than me at a game. I'll give you, like, props, like, there's a lot of fucking real good players. But it's like, my common reaction is, if you want to take that screenshot, the fucking thing, blow it up, put it on your wall and jerk off to it later, go ahead, because I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's a game at the end of the day as well. I don't care if you're better than me. Like, I don't...
Got a lot of complaints about y'all. He said.
You got a lot of complaints.
He said.
Got a lot of haters.
He said I use ARs, but they blow me up.
Road Rockers have got a lot of haters, but I think it's because I guess like you guys said, you do a lot of fighting. The more fighting you do, get like. I mean, Striker MC has a lot of fucking like a lot of people that hate us as well. We have the stigma of a lot of people they hate us because we kind of put a stigma of like, okay, we don't care about the fighting. I think a lot of people annoys a lot of people. People don't get that, especially like try-hard clubs.
To be honest, I've seen you guys. You don't really fight much. Like I've seen it, like, but I ain't gonna hate because because like I mean, some people say, well, yeah, but MCs are just shooting clubs, but you know what I mean? It's people are different. Some clubs do things different to other clubs. You know, that's it.
What?
That's it.
Problem is, we don't talk. We don't shit.
Els try hard. I'm gonna just say this for you, Creed, because I want to make you happy. Els try hard said we both have big fat ass cocks, so I don't know if he knows that by experience.
Hey, Els try hard, man. I appreciate you complimenting my cock, man. I really do.
Actually, he honestly he said you have a chode, but I didn't want you to feel left out because he did say I have a big cock. So yeah. But anyway,
oh no, that guy's banned. That guy's banned from Club Talk.
You're banned from Club Talk. No one gets banned for Club Talk. Don't give a fuck.
He's banned. He's fucking banned.
Banned. He said it.
Jesus, Creed.
Go with it,
Jesus,
man.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
You're wearing denim. Just go with it, right?
Unfortunately, that is where we have to wrap up today. We're we hit an hour.
It's only an
You
hour.
trying to get rid of him?
No, it's almost an hour, man.
Yeah,
we only got a few seconds left.
that shit flew by real quick. So yeah, that was episode 9 of Club Talk. Next week's episode 10. Let's do something fucking big for episode 10. We'll figure something out. But
yeah, I want to try to get one of those clubs that claim to have created 1%. Get one of them in here. We've been. I think the theme for the last 3 episodes has been the whole 1%.
I want to switch. Yeah, but I mean,
keep
maybe
that for a little bit,
out.
and then after that, switch it. Yeah, we definitely got to switch it up
someone who was at this apparent meeting, like, oh, I was there, you know. When
Yeah.
Like,
apparently, this illusionary meeting where every club in the game come together and said, "Oh, let's do 1% this way."
I don't know.
Fuck off.
I don't know whether it was a guy from Warlock or a guy from War Chiefs, but he said that he created it. That's the guy that I want to talk to. So I'm gonna try to find him and talk to him.
I was there. Listen to me though. I was there 20 years ago when I saw Strikers MC Prez, and me and him were the founders of 1%.
20 years ago.
Okay? He was 20 years ago, bro. Me and Strikers MC Prez, we were in the meeting.
Well, there it is, guys. That's a fact. Striker MC Prez and Wolf created 1%. That's it, guys. That's the end of the episode. Big thank you to Road Rockers for coming on. Good shit. Daddy, shut up! Big thanks for Road Rockers for coming on. Good shit, boys. And that is the end.